where we last left off, you were rushing to try to beat the Drow forces to the Absalon station. To try to keep your promise, you have to think, how are you going to approach the station? Did they call ahead? Are people waiting for you? And then how long can you stay? There are many situations that you're going to have to navigate at the Absalon station. Be careful. There are other forces at work, things aligning against you. There are allies and enemies. And now we begin. So now you guys are approaching the Absalon station. Ashra's father is working on the blink drive, putting it back together. Just from your mom taking out the filter that prevents the power from backfeeding into it, there was some damage to it. It wasn't properly calibrated for your ship, so it was running in a manner that it wasn't designed for, so it was causing some damage. And so he's cleaned it up, tuned it up. He's been studying it, and he has a whole long list of things that he wants you to get at the Absalon station to try to make it functional.
Okay.
And he also has designed some systems that he thinks will allow you to more accurately predict the destination the blink drive will exit the Invictus into.
That would be super helpful. So can we use the credits that we were given for Vicky for that? Or are those supplies we need to buy with our own?
No, because those credits were given to the space station shipyard directly. So, but we would have credits ourselves because we were also paid by
Yes.
the Lord before he was murdered.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
This is true.
Yep. Then also, just for additional supplies and things like that, the Lady Valeria has also, you notice, into your sort of group account, if you would. She also gave you 2,000 credits.
Okay.
Those are build credits, and those could be used at the shipyard, but they could also be used at the space station.
Do you want me to keep track of those? Or somebody else?
Oh, I just wrote it down, so...
I'm like, Carrie's already...
Yeah, I mean,
Carrie's the math woman.
Yeah,
Okay.
I feel like Carrie's our accountant.
She is the personal assistant.
This is true.
She's cleanup guy. She knows.
You guys are en route, so I imagine Ashra's in the cockpit.
Definitely.
Your android dad is up there assisting you. Your real father has woken up. He's been doing some physical therapy and things like that. His muscles have atrophied from not using them, and so they're being rebuilt. He's in the med bay. He's also a little sort of groggy and out of it. Some of the different things like that, he's having to learn how to speak again, how to walk again, and different things like that. Even though the neural pathways have been reestablished, the brain has to program itself. This is how the connection to the arm, this is the connection to the legs, and things like that. He's in there. He has something like Parkinson's or something like that because he just can't control himself properly, of course.
Okay.
Vicky says, she comes on, she says, I'm detecting a ship on an intercept course.
Please tell me it's not a pirate ship.
It does not seem to be a pirate ship. It seems to be a military vessel. Small, light, maneuverable.
Has it sent any messages?
It has not at this moment. Oh, it is hailing us.
Okay.
What would you like to do? Their engines are faster than ours. We can't outrun them. As far as the blink drive goes, the blink drive is not safe. Your father said, well, I'm right here, Vicky. Sorry, I did not mean to speak for you, sir. Go ahead. Yeah, it's, if we turn it on, it's probably going to blow up. I mean, yeah, it's, I got it back together and it may work, but a lot of the components are damaged. This is technology that I don't even fully understand. And I really don't feel comfortable, you know, unless it was really a matter of life and death, then we might have better odds turning it on. But right now, the odds aren't 100% that we're going to reappear again.
So let's not do that.
So upon hearing that another ship is approaching, Goblina's long green ears perk up, and her head pokes up from the little makeshift workstation she's been drawing with crayon and making with macaroni a whole bunch of pamphlets for her religion. And she says, if there's another ship, we can, and she holds out and like little bits of macaroni fall down, we can give them some pamphlets and proselyte them to our church, the church of the goddess Aurora. Maybe they can bask in her light as well.
I thought the goddess was Cherry.
Cherry is the avatar of the goddess, the incarnation
Of Aurora.
of
Yeah.
Aurora. But if Cherry were to be destroyed, and oh, I don't even like thinking about it because it's just such a horrible thought. But even if Cherry were to be destroyed, that would only be the physical vessel, not her immortal spirit. The immortal spirit is indefatigable and indestructible. It is the source of light for all of the galaxy. You know this. I gave you the scriptures last night.
I haven't read
you
them
not-
yet.
did you
I've been
not-
flying
Did
the
you not
ship.
read the passages that I marked?
No, my dad. I've kind of been busy, man.
I understand.
She's gonna risk
And then
Goblin.
Goblina like scratches her long ear and goes, "I'll read them aloud to you.
Okay.
That way you can fly and get an education about the goddess Aurora. We've got to prepare for your baptism."
Oh. Great. And Ash is just gonna turn and fly, and she's just gonna think happy, happy thoughts.
Goblina doesn't notice this at all, just goes back to happily making her pamphlets.
Joy's going to ask Vicky to have the military ship identify themselves and ask them their intentions.
Oh, they've identified themselves. They are the stewards. The stewards, out of game, in case you guys don't know, are sort of intergalactic police. They're like the state troopers, if you would. So they can go wherever. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So they're state troopers. The particular sect is the Grammaton clerics. They are a devout religious order that believes that emotion of any type interferes with logic and reason, and therefore it keeps them from enabling enacting justice properly. They want to be dispassionate, so they take medications to suppress their emotions.
So they're Vulcans. Got it.
This sounds very similar to a friend that we met on the Drow world, whose name I can't remember. Brian's mom.
Yeah, it was. It's Lilith.
Yeah, Lilith. Hers is viewed as a disease, but there's they
It's
like.
not Brian's mom. Brian is the player, not the character.
I broke the fourth wall a little. It's fine.
Brian has a mom, and it's not her.
Brian, your mom is now evil. Sorry.
We can probably use this to our advantage because the Invictus is highly identifiable.
Right.
If we can get these stewards might actually be in league with the faux Lilith.
It's true. They could be.
It could have been sent by faux Lilith to get us into the Absalon station because that's part of our obstacle is trying not to get caught. I was actually going to ask you guys who has disguise ability because I know Shanti does and I do.
A little bit.
Is there something we could say to them that would indicate so that they could tell us whether or not they're with Lilith? Almost like a password kind of thing. Is there some way we could, when we communicate with them, that we could tip our hat and kind of see which side they fall on?
Mm.
Well, I do not have information regarding that, if I may interject, but I do have information regarding how they operate. They are, of course, like I said, highly logical, but it seems to almost be to a fault. They do not understand humor very well. They do seem to have the ability to detect lies, so I would not outright lie to them, but they do not have the ability to pick up on omission of information. So a lie of omission could get past them. You could also change the order or leave out certain details, but what you say must be the truth. They are highly trained in advanced combat techniques, and they are heavily armed and armored.
I had an ex-girlfriend like that.
Goblina has an ex-girlfriend.
That was Erin, not Goblina.
Oh, so I can't say Brian's mom.
I think we should interact with them because the truth is we have Dr. William Pratt that we need to get down to the Absalon station, and the ship Invictus can't dock with the Absalon station. And could we charter a ride down there?
That's a great idea.
We could, yeah, if we had them take us to the station, we could leave the Invictus somewhere else. because the Invictus is way too conspicuous. No, that's a great idea. And I mean, we can't outrun them and we can't outfight them. So talking is really our only option anyway.
Right. And then when we get to the Absalon Station, there's at least 3 of us can disguise ourselves, and then we just smuggle Goblina, who's tiny anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're gonna do about
She's
Tybar.
travel size for your
He
convenience.
has a dress. Question.
He does have a dress.
Since I just kind of have an innate ability to disguise, can I use my disguise skill to on someone else, like makeover type
You could
thing?
make a cavity inside your hat, and Goblina could hide inside of it.
I think that's just for your own body. That doesn't affect somebody else. It's not like you make.
No, I mean like use my disguise skill. So I have I have the innate ability to just change how I look at will.
Yes.
But then I actually have the disguise ability. Can I use that? Like I'd have to actually roll.
Yes, because if you have the disguise skill is something that you use and you can use on others. If it's an innate ability, then that's something you can only use on yourself.
Yeah, no, I have both. Both is good.
I have a hideaway limb.
Goblina could cling onto your back like Yoda, like a little backpack, and then you could just put your cloak
There you go.
over her.
Just these 2 little ears sticking out.
Yeah.
A horse with ears. There's nothing weird about that.
Well, come up with your plan quickly because the ship is rapidly approaching.
I just think we held them back and say, thank goodness you're here. We have a medical emergency. We need a.
Let's do it.
Can we enlist your help?
Yeah.
So, Vicky, can you relay that message?
What was the message again?
We're so glad you're here. We have a medical emergency. We would like to enlist your help to getting Dr. William Pratt to the Absalon Station as quickly as possible. Your ship's faster than ours, and could possibly save someone's life. That was all true.
So, William comes up onto the deck while you're talking about this. So, what's going on? Vicky said I'm probably going to be needed for some sort of shenanigans.
Yeah,
Shenanigans are fun.
you're important. We have to get you to Absalom Station. And don't give these people any details, but also don't lie to them.
What are we going to... We're dealing with the Grammaton clerics or something?
I'm just the one that flies the ship. Go ask Joy. She knows the details.
Yes, Dr. Pratt. That's exactly who's going to intersect with us shortly.
Doctor?
You were talking to Benny?
Oh, the private conversation I had with Benny. Okay.
Yeah, Benny's a great guy.
Benny doesn't know what private means.
Well, okay. All right, I'm just thinking how I'm going to phrase things then.
Do what I do. Always start by talking about the goddess Aurora and how she loves all races equally. She doesn't judge you because you were born into an evil goblin race. She just loves you. That's a great icebreaker.
I'll see if I can work a variation of that into what I say to them.
And then she gives a peanut to Cherry. See, it's working.
The Invictus says, the ship is coming up alongside. They ask that we reduce our speed and prepare to be boarded, to not have any weapons on us, to make any fast moves or power the weapons on our ship. And I would like to mention that they caught up to us and tried to start docking, and I was at full speed.
Exactly why we can tell them that we need their faster ship to take us to the Absalon Station.
So am I putting on a dress?
Not yet.
But pack one in your overnight bag.
All right. Here we go again. I'm going to grab a beer before I do this.
All right, is anybody going to be there to greet them?
Joy would, since she was the one who basically said, "We're so glad you're coming."
I'm a nosy.
Goblina wants to be there. Are you kidding?
Do you want Tybar there?
No,
You're
I
intimidating.
I don't.
Sorry, dude.
So it'll be Joy, Shanty, and Goblina.
I'm just packing my stuff in my room then.
Let's start with those 3. Keep Benny and Dr. Pratt away for right now.
While you're packing your stuff in your room, you find a list of goblin phrases that Goblina has asked you to practice.
Okay.
And one of them is Sek Gari Hai Sep Balgar.
You want to send those to me?
Yeah, sure.
No, but you're supposed to say it.
You're supposed to say it out loud.
Send them to me. Just trust me.
Let's see, Chanterelle was going to be there, and Joy, and who else?
Yeah. And Goblina, and that's it.
How would one address these type of people?
Logically.
Well, I meant like. I know they're not like reverends or are they officers? Like, do I say hello, officer? Do I say hello?
Just start by thanking them. We thank you for seeing us at this time. Like business decorum.
I am Officer Krytonic. We picked up your vessel without any beacon information. This is a hazard to space navigation and danger to other ships. Why do you not have an identification beacon?
We are so glad you are here. We have 2 different missions, and it's impossible to complete both of them at the same time. We literally need to get to the shipyard to get a new beacon installed into our ship, because the old one was lost in an asteroid field we just returned from. The other mission is there's a medical emergency, and we need to get this man over to Absalon Station, and there's no possible way we can do both. So I want to enlist your help that we can send our ship to go be fixed with the proper markings so it'll be safe, and then also get some of our crew and this man to Absalon Station and to save lives.
What's the nature of the medical emergency?
Well, unfortunately, sir, we tend to run missions for noble houses and whatnot, and a lot of the times we aren't given the details. We're just given the basics. This object or person needs to go from A to B, and unfortunately, I've given you all the information that we ourselves were given.
I would already put my foot in my mouth.
We know.
But so would Tybar.
That's why Joy is in charge.
If you do not have the ability to ascertain the medical emergency, then we have the means here. And he goes, medic! Commander? Yes, these people have some sort of a medical emergency. They need to get somebody to the Absalon Station have some sort of procedure, but they have told me that they do not ask questions. They're more of some sort of a ferry service. We must ascertain that this person does not have any sort of a infectious disease that we would have to worry about, and also whether they're telling the truth that he really does have some medical emergency. I detect no lies from them, but perhaps this person lied to them. Yes, sir. Okay, well, which one of you is the person needing the medical assistance?
Officer, may I clarify something? I said there's a medical emergency, but we're not sure if our passenger has a medical emergency or if our passenger is the one who's able to facilitate a medical emergency that is located on an Absalon Station.
Ma'am, where is the person who is going to help with or needs help having to do with a medical emergency?
So Joy would talk to her comm set and say, Vicky, can you send the doctor to the airlock?
Well, I could.
Will you please?
Vicky, do what Joy says. Now. Stop disobeying.
She just to you. I was trying to calculate the odds of whether that was going to ruin everything or not.
Oh, well, do your math first, and then, if not, send Benny.
I thought Vicky was just being pedantic. I was like, Vicky, disengage pedantic program EXE.
Dr. Pratt. So he goes up, hello, gentlemen. I am Pratt, Dr. William Pratt. I am Commander Krytonic. What is the nature of your medical emergency? I understand it may not be you who are sick, and you might be facilitating the treatment of somebody else. I have my medic here to evaluate you to make sure that you are not contagious, and also to validate whatever tale it is that you are about to tell. Well, if you look at my papers, and he hands them to him, he's flipping through this little electronic papers, if you would, and he's reading it. Interesting. You are the chief surgeon. You specialize in transplants of various different synthetic and even natural organs and tissues. You seem to be a pioneer in it. Are you the one ill, sir? No, I'm not the one ill. There is someone that I need to get there to save their life. You're the only one with the specialized skills necessary to pull this off. There's not another doctor at Absalon Station. I am the chief surgeon of the medical center at Absalon Station. I was away on personal business.
So he's going home.
So I am the expert that they have on the station. And then the medic is checking it out, and he's looking at his papers, and he goes, it checks out. Hold out your hand, please. And the little thing takes a little prick to DNA, and they scan his retina. DNA, retina scan, and voice analysis all check out, and we're also not detecting any lie from him. All right, and I'm running a tox screen. I'm running pathogens, no known pathogens, or tox screen. He seems to be clear. All right, now you lost your drift beacon. How does one lose their drift beacon in an asteroid belt?
That is a very long story that we, sir, do not have time right now to tell. We need to get Dr. William Pratt to the Absalon Station.
Goblina says, I don't really know how we lost it, but we got hit by big asteroids. You saw the impacts on the ship. We're in rough shape right now.
Hey, man, what's going on here, man? We got, like, more visitors, weird people. Oh, man, we got, like, it's like the Popo are here, man. Man. Don't call him Popo. Oh, I'm like, listen, I'm a little back on some, like, parking tickets and whatnot, but, like, I mean, it's all good, man. I was gonna pay these people were my fare, and then all of a sudden my ship got blown up.
Goblina's gonna take some of Cherry's snacks and shove them into Benny's mouth and say, Benny, the goddess blesses you with the blessing of food. Enjoy it now with her blessing.
Come on, fool woman, I'm trying to talk to these people.
I mean, she's so small, just doing this point throws her halfway across the room.
Listen. So we're going, right? And like these weird creature things, have you had anybody like attacked by weird people? They throw like asteroids at people and stuff like that. So they like threw asteroids coming, and we're like, And so like, I'm like, I come up with this, someone else came up with the idea, but I was like, yeah, and I helped him, and I put a little beacon on like some barrels and stuff, and we put a thruster from a thing, and we're hoping like the ships would follow it, right? Well, anyways, okay, so I'm sorry, we're being attacked by like monster things or whatever, and we have had actually some reports of this. Yeah. So the monster things. So we did that as a distraction to thought maybe we could like get away from ships that are following us. But like I said, they're attacking us with rocks and they're just crazy and they're trying to like eat us or something. And we've been putting the ship back together and so we need repairs. We're gonna get a new beacon. And he goes, you owe significant amount of parking tickets, and I'm not registering that cab back there as having any sort of identification markings on it at all.
Well, that's okay because the hold is clearly empty and there's no poo. there's no cab in there.
And he goes, I'll get that. I've been putting,
It's new to him. He hasn't given it yet.
We'll get that all taken care of, like the Absalon Station, man. We're like sorry, and and he goes, did you that maneuver, putting it on with barrels and using thrusters to have your location beacon go a different direction, that's used by smugglers. Were you on some sort of a smuggling mission? Man, we're bringing like this old fart to like the Absalon Station, and he's like,
Goblin is no. He's 47. He's not old.
Well, yeah. That's why I say he's like, the guy's practically dead. You know, I mean, I was like, he's like some old fart. We gotta like bring him there because he's gonna like, dude, he was telling me all about his like distinguished career and stuff like that. Well, so we're supposed to bring him, so we're not smuggling. We're just gonna go there. We're gonna drop him off, and there you go, Bob's your uncle. Bob is not my uncle, sir. I'm not sure where you got your information. Well, all right. Are you guys gonna arrest me? Well, I'm going to have you pay your fines before we can let your vessel go. Well, I'm a little short of funds right now. I've been, can I owe you or whatnot? And he's like, no, you're going to have to pay that, or we're going to have to impound your vehicle until the debt is paid.
The shuttle is the only thing that Benny owns, so you can impound that as long as we can get to the Absalom station on your ship.
Sorry, the ship is aboard your vessel. That makes that you are now responsible for transporting an unregistered vessel and flying without a locator beacon.
Benny, I'm gonna kill you!
But we didn't know that it was unregistered. Benny never told us that. We thought it was completely legal. Because we respect the officers like you who serve. Thank you for your service, by the way. And we always follow the law because the goddess demands it.
Also true. And we did get the vessel. Do we always follow the law, though?
She was using like the royal we, meaning her and Cherry, not necessarily the morally bankrupt other members of the group.
I am not bankrupt.
He looks and goes, that seems at least be mostly true. All right, you were flying under false pretenses. You were booking cargo. And he goes, Benny, we'll get your full information. You are under arrest. We're going to take you to court for sentencing. We're going to impound your cab. Oh, man.
Another cab.
Can you just leave the cab here or something?
We didn't even get a chance to hose it off.
You'll have to serve jail time until your sentence is paid. Well, how am I going to pay my sentence if I'm in jail? That's not my concern. We are just following the rules. Dr. Pratt goes, gentlemen, would it be okay if I were to pay for Benny's tab? And so the officer, that is acceptable, but the fines are quite substantial, sir. Are you sure you want to do that? Yes, I am. And you didn't even see him hesitate. And he goes, maybe you should see this first. And he hands him the tablet. And he goes, I have absolutely no problem help. How is this even possible? Hey man, I'm sorry. Listen. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And it's only money. You can't take it with you. And he pays for that. He pays the fine on Benny's cab, and he goes, and here is the fine for not having the beacon. All right. Is that all our business then here today, gentlemen? We're sorry to have inconvenienced you fine officers of the law. That's all I can see here, unless you guys would like to fill out a report about the attack that happened to you. My business is really pressing. If I could file that on the Absalom station or have one of these people do it, that would really facilitate things. Like I said, it is a medical emergency, and you see I am listed in Operation Room 72. And the medic goes, it's confirmed. It is registered, under the doctor's name. And he goes, very well. Just make sure that report gets filled out, and I will give you 72 hours to fill out the report. Otherwise, I will fine you for obstruction of justice, and I will consider whether I wanted to press charges, because we take assaults like that seriously, and we need the information to investigate them. All right, well, we'll leave you. Oh, and yes, that's right. You were saying something like you wanted us to bring the doctor to the Absalom station. We're not allowed to bring civilians on our vehicle unless they had the medical emergency themselves. So, but we will stay with you and sort of clear the way so no other vessels will try to intercept you for not having a beacon, and because we'll tell them that that's already taken care of, and that will also make sure that you don't have any other attacks or anything that delays you. So we will get you an escort. All right, everybody back aboard the ship.
Wait, so they can only take someone aboard a civilian aboard their ship if that civilian is sick?
Mm-hmm.
I can totally feed you some of me so that you are classified as sick so that you can go with William.
Well, they're not taking William. William's staying on our ship.
Goblina hands the captain a little handmade badge, and she's like, "You've done us a great service today. May I present you with the Aurora token? When you get to the afterlife, you may use this to cross the river into paradise. Guaranteed."
We have our own religion and our own god, and we do not believe in any other pagan gods.
And she like goes, "Well, but that's okay because we accept other gods' coupons at this establishment."
And
God coupons.
Gods have coupons.
And you hear, all right, we're going full lights and sirens on this one. There's some sort of a medical emergency. Prepare the tractor beam. We'll give them an assist. And so you just, hear all this being stated. And so pulling out in front of the Invictus, Vicky's like, "Oh, how embarrassing. I'm being towed like a junker." Well, their shields are down. I wonder if I could destroy them from... Sorry, I was just thinking out loud.
We're already on the run and you want to shoot down officers of the freaking law? No.
Just a joke. Haha, I definitely wasn't thinking about it because I was embarrassed because I'm being towed.
You are not being towed. They are not attached to you. They're just...
Police escort. Like, that's a big deal. Like, back, in the Earth that was, presidents of the United States had police escorts.
Goblina sits down all sad, and her little feet are kicking because she's too short for her feet to actually reach the floor, and she's holding the little token, and she's just like, "It's probably because a goblin made it, huh? I wouldn't take it either."
Oh, Goblina. That's definitely not the case.
William goes over. "I would be happy to take your token."
Her ears perk up. You did a great act of charity. You've earned this token.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. And he bends down. He seems very sincere. Don't worry about people like that. Those people have been trained all their lives into one particular religion, and that all other truth, any other information is false. They are the one true. And it wasn't you. It wasn't who you are or anything like that. They are like that with everybody. They're just dicks.
Just a big bag of dicks.
Yep, and he says that, and he gives you a little bit of hug, and even though he swore and stuff like that, for some reason it was just such in a sincere grandpa sort of way that it seemed to work.
Goblina gets all happy, and she gives Cherry another snack, and she goes, "Yes, this was a good day, very good."
So you are approaching the Absalon station, which you're approaching a little bit faster than you were before because you're getting a little bit of an assist from the police escort.
I have a question. If we're supposed to not lie to these people, but we're also not supposed to be on Absalom Station as ourselves, how are we going to do that?
Very carefully and with great skill.
Yeah.
High rolls?
Yeah.
They never said they were going to escort us through the station. They're just going to escort us to the docking.
So maybe we need to make sure that when we dock, they go on their merry way so we can put T-Bone in a dress.
You just want me in a dress, don't you?
You look really good as a woman.
Now you're approaching the station, and the station is, it has a dome on top, and it has these spikes that come out, right? And the spikes are where all the docks are. So you're going up to that, and then just on the other side of the spikes, there's what's called the inner ring, and that has a lot of shops and different things like that. the Absalon Station has what's called the Armada, and that's a bunch of ships that are semi-permanently around the outside of it. Some come and go, but they just kind of dock there, and some have their own docks connected to each other to make that sort of a ring. And some people have never gone aboard the station. All they've done is just sort of lived in their little ring of interconnected ships, kind of like, imagine like gypsies with their wagons, if you would, all around there. And part of the whole agreement with allowing them to sort of park there is the defense of the Absalon Station. If we get attacked, then you're part of the defense, just so you know. Don't hightail it and run, otherwise we're not going to be so likely to let you dock here again, type of thing.
If Chanterelle starts a fight, all those ships are going to open fire on us.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Why would I start the fight?
When have you not?
I mean, that's a good point. But like,
And let's see, the radio arms have all the docking bays. And let's see, and then you have, now the inner ring, as it's called, that's what has the free market where you can purchase weapons and various items. And they call it the free market because they believe in the free market economy. So people try to regulate them to a point, but they believe they should be able to sell whatever they want to sell. And so they, for the most part, do that. There's also various other different corporations. There's a bunch of churches and things like that. The Eye is the central dome that has like a central park area. That's where the rich people live. Those are the various different business and things like that. The under the main section called the Spike, that's the slums, and also where the Starstone is, the reactor. And there's a bunch of scrappers that live down there. There was the Yoski, the rat people, and they run a business called Bot Scrap, and they're part of the salvage union. And yeah, so, and there's a bunch of various different things, like even you can go a little bit lower. There's a place called Sparks, which is the slang for the engineering level. You have Pipe Town, that's where most of the wires and stuff like that coming up from the power source. And then you have the low rigger gang. Those are the ones even lower than that. They are smugglers, they are thieves and murderers, but they have access to various tunnels and things like that around the station, and for the right price, they'll smuggle you things in or out or off the station. All right, so now you guys come up and you go to, do your docking procedures. And you hear Ash say, "Hold on, everybody. I saw this once in a cartoon, but I think I could do it."
Hold on, everybody. I saw this in a cartoon once, and I totally think I can do it. Eight. Okay. That's a lot of math. Carried a 1. 35. So, I teach kindergarten, okay?
Your phone has a calculator.
You know what? But it's over there.
This is sort of what happens. So rather than come in kind of slow, she's coming at it, and all of a sudden she just kind of hits one engine full one way, one engine full the other way. She spins around, hits the thrusters, and slides into the position, kind of squeezing past a couple other ships, and kind of and yeah, and so she does this most epic parallel parking, and you can see the other people, like you go past their windows, and they're
I'm just,
and some are like, and they're different people giving you all kinds of various different, stuff like that. You don't hear anything in space, but you're pretty sure someone's laying on a horn.
Goblina stumbles back and hits against a control panel, accidentally turns on the radio, and it's playing an old Earth tune. Just a good old boys, never meaning no harm. Beats all you ever saw, been in trouble with the law since the day they was born.
You have now docked with the station, and the captain of the other ship, talking to Vicky, says, "The captain has graciously offered to port right next to us to expedite the good doctor there and to make sure that all goes well with the procedure and help us do all the necessary registration for the addition of our lost location beacon. He's going to make sure that we install it. Benny registers the cab and that all goes well with that procedure."
Great, Vicky. Great. Joy, can you make that not happen?
Yes. So Joy's going to think about how to do that.
Think fast, man. Think fast.
Remember, wibbly wobbly, timey wimey always works.
Yes. William Pratt's not being followed, or there's not a warrant out for him.
Right.
So we could send the officer with him to escort him to the medical bay, because we don't need to necessarily escort him.
Right, because our job was simply to get him to the base.
Yeah. And then Benny can be with one of the officers to get the Victus registered, blah, 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 whatever. And then we can go in disguise and then go shop and explore the station.
Yeah. I'm sure they're going to have a specialized tailor here that we can use to make get tie bar fitted.
No, I think that that's a great idea to have the doctor just say, we're sending the doctor ahead while we finish getting things settled on our ship. Go ahead and start escorting him, and Benny is going to take care of our beacon while he takes care of the cab. So go ahead and escort him as well.
You just get me the captain.
Oh, just the captain. Okay,
But
sure.
he's going to go with you. And he's there, and one of the guys come out, the mechanic. "Hello, my name is Bubblegum. I'm the lead mechanic here at this wing. I've been told by the officers that you have to get some things fixed. Is this true?"
Yes!
What sort of, you had some sort of an incident in the asteroids?
Yes.
What?
Yes, Bubblegum. As you can see, there's damage.
Yeah, I can see there's damage. What the happened to your locator beacon?
So it was taken off and put on a decoy?
You're saying that crap right in front of the lawman right here is gonna arrest you?
Well, I didn't know the lawman was right there.
Clearly, he's right there in the screen.
So then, Joy did not say that to Bubblegum.
Wait, we can do that?
No, you did say it, but Benny gave you a reason before as to why you took it off.
Oh, yeah.
It's a distraction.
And I got a distraction because we were attacked by these monstrous creatures. Monstrous.
And hit by asteroids.
And hit by asteroids.
I did initial scan when you come up. It's not going to be cheap. You know, those beacons are they're in back order, right? And they should want to wait here, say 3 weeks. There's gonna have to be some overnight fees, if you know what I mean. People are gonna have to come here and try to get you this things right away.
Gublina tilts her head. Your name is Bubblegum?
You got a problem with that?
Your knuckles say cobra. Did you ever kill anyone?
Whoa. You don't ask questions like that in front of the law, man.
You don't look like a mechanic.
Listen, I served some time in the prison. I learned 2 things. I learned how to sing, and I learned how to fix spaceships. And I'm good at both of them. And I'm just telling you, Your ship is tore up. It's been neglected. You don't have the drift. You don't have the beacon, and it's on back order, and it's gonna cost you. So who's gonna be paying for this?
Dr. William Pratt is gonna pay for this.
We just put it on his tab.
What sort of budget are you looking at?
That's not how this works. Bubblegum, you know that.
What do you mean? I'm trying to work with you, and you're giving me all kinds of attitude?
No, sir. You should know what it's going to cost us. Can you give us a figure?
Oh, you want the full thing? You want all those, your frame is twisted, right? We're gonna have to straighten that out, put reinforcements on it. Your airlock is all busted up. I'm not sure how you didn't die on the way over here, right? That beacon itself, right? 500 credits. To get it here overnight, another 500 credits just for that stupid beacon. We're not even talking installation yet.
And there's blood all over the cargo floor that needs to be cleaned up.
Goblina, we have people for that.
Oh, I'll get right on that.
I'm a mechanic. I can install the stuff. We don't.
Listen. I'm sure you're a good mechanic, but we're a union shop here. Are you a member of the union?
I mean, I could join the union, and I'd really like to hear you sing.
Listen.
Oh. I don't know what you want me to roll for that.
No, you gotta make a seduction roll. You twirled your hair.
I did twirl my hair.
Them's the rules. Them's the rules. You twirl your hair, you gotta do a seduction roll.
Oh, I'm probably so red right now. What bonus do I add to that?
Your charisma.
Oh, 12. That's bad. Wait, is that... Yeah, 12. That's not good.
A bluff?
A bluff, diplomacy. Are you bluffing him?
I am not attracted, so I guess it would be a bluff.
Well, you said one, and we'll just go with it. Listen, this guy has been in the prison, for...
15.
His standards are low enough, you might pull it off.
She's 16, guys.
She's 16.
Ash is 18.
You're gonna get us kicked off of YouTube.
Ash is 18.
Okay, that's better, because I was gonna be like...
I was 16 when I almost died.
Oh, okay. You're 18. That's fine.
Hang on. Let me change Goblina's age real quick.
So I'm twirling my hair.
Goblina is also 18. In her heart.
I'm gonna be singing later this night on stage at the Cantina. It's it's kind of like a local bar kind of hangout sort of thing. It's in the ring. It's where like the middle class people go. I'm not sure if you're traveling with a doctor, it says here, if you're too hoity-toity fluting for you, but gosh, I would love it for you to come.
Well, I'd love to hear you sing.
That'd be great, Bubblegum. We'll come hear you sing.
Bubblegum, I'm a mechanic too. This is my ship. I'm learning more about my ship, and it would be great if you could teach me a thing or two.
Yeah, hey, why don't I buy you a drink after my set, and we'll talk about it. I don't normally let that sort of thing happen, and it would have to be between us because, old union rule. Excuse me. Union rules and everything. But yeah, maybe I can show you a few pointers or whatever.
Perfect. It'll be our little secret.
All right, then.